Well, I'm really excited about Tiffany Cowan, who recently went through the $1 trillion government contracts accelerator program and just recently landed your first contract. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But I also wanted, to take the time to, document your success and so other people can hear like what your
For sure.
experience was and how it felt to
Hmm.
finally get some results and to land your first contract. So go
Yeah.
ahead and go ahead
So
and
yeah,
first of all
I
just
love to share.
tell about what you do.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
So I love to share. So I have a video production company, and I took the $1 trillion governmental class through the recommendation of my mentor, Carwana, who is the teacher of the class. And I've been doing video production for a while, but just had not been able to land like big clients or anything of that nature. And so she told me, like, stop peddling with the like little ones, if you will, and look to getting like governmental things to help. And so I went and I did everything that she taught us in class. That included getting my LLC, and that including getting an office space. And it was really her unctioning that got me the office space that actually like catapulted me into some other realms, if not for like the class and getting all the things that I needed to get, I wouldn't have like got an office. I wouldn't have like done those things like that. And then here at the office, I've met some people in tech that is like crazy out there, like startup companies, venture companies, tech companies. Like I'm rubbing shoulders with all of these people in those kind of areas just in having my office. I went through, I worked on, I turned in a total of 3 proposals and they all got denied. And I'm not gonna lie, that felt like, oh my God, this is never gonna happen for me,
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I put in all of the steps that was taught to me in the class. That's registering for every entity, hitting people up, sending on your what's the name sheet? What is that called? Your sheet that tells everybody who
Oh,
you are.
your capability statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sending my capability statement out to companies and people and things like that, getting registered in all the databases
Yeah.
that would have anything to do with contracts. So actually, this first contract did not come to me for me going to go actually fill out a RFP or RFQ.
Hmm.
They came to me.
Yeah.
They emailed me and said, "Hey, we are the California Department of Health, such and such office,
Hmm.
and we would like to get a quote from you
Yeah.
on how much it would cost to edit this
Yeah.
and do the voiceover for this."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I'm thinking like a ton of people is doing the same thing, like a
Yeah.
ton of people they done reached out to, and a ton of people are doing this. So I put my proposal together, submitted it to them, and then they just reached out to me
Yeah.
just yesterday and told me that I got it. They told me who's gonna be
Yeah.
so they want to do it in English and in Spanish,
Hmm.
and so I have to record the Spanish voiceover.
Yeah.
I'm doing the English voiceover, and then
Mhm.
I'm editing the whole project. So it's really cool.
And the great thing about this is like,
Mhm,
so you go through the program and
mhm,
you pretty much are raising your hand to these agencies and letting them know that you exist, right?
mhm,
So
mhm,
there's just more than just one strategy. Like you don't always, I mean, you do want to bid on the contracts and respond to the proposals, but because you're already in the databases, they're gonna start reaching out to you. So that's like instead of
mhm.
chasing customers, now they're coming at you, right? So that's just
Yes,
one, right, of many agencies.
right, right.
And you're going to start getting that often. Like now that you're
Mhm,
in the database and you have your certifications, I believe you did the woman owned, the minority,
mhm.
like the
Yep,
local. Did you complete
yep.
all of them? Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, so all of those agencies on all the different levels are now going to start reaching out to you. And
Yeah.
so and so that's amazing. Well, how did it feel first of all when you got your first like when they said, okay, we're going to use your services, like, how did that feel for you
To
when you
be
got?
honest, it kind of felt surreal,
Hmm.
and like even on top of it,
Hmm.
like I still don't kind of feel like it's solidified because I don't have like the contract in my hand yet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But this was verbal communication with
Mhm.
us, saying that I was going to be used, and they're sending up the work order for it.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I kind of still feel like it's not real yet until
Yeah,
I
it's real.
actually get that into
It's
my
real.
hand.
It's
And
real. No,
it's
I
real, and I
understand.
know it is. Yeah, I know it is. And
And
I'm
I,
just
I
like,
understand. And I
mhm,
know that like some of the self doubt, like you struggle a little
mhm.
bit with like the self doubt. Like, how does this help you with like your self doubt? Just knowing that an agency actually reached out to you.
Yeah, I didn't even really ponder that. I didn't even really ponder, what that does, with that. And to be honest, I guess I'm still kind of the type of person that's like, how I'm gonna get the next one. You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So though it helps, though this
Uh-huh.
definitely helps. I'm like, how is the next one gonna
Yeah,
get
they,
done?
and
But I know it's coming,
mhm.
because of being able to at least do this. I know it's coming,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do question like how am I gonna get that next
The different strategies that you do, like if
one?
you put together like a system and
Mhm,
say like you're bidding on contracts, but you're also responding to, when they're reaching out to you, then and then you're also partnering like doing subcontracting for other people. So the more you're utilizing the strategies, that I taught in the trainings and everything, more
mhm,
opportunities are gonna come. And then they're just gonna start coming simultaneously. And then you're gonna be like,
mhm.
wait, what's going on?
I like that. I like that. Yeah,
But
yeah, I
I feel
like
like
that.
but I feel like because like I'm really, really proud of you because first of all,
Thank you.
not everybody and even people that's been in business like way longer than you, not
Mhm,
everybody has even done, taken the steps that you've actually taken. You was like, I'm really gonna do it. And
mhm,
so you
mhm.
really put your mouth where your money was and
Right.
really was like investing in yourself and all of those things. And so I feel like you begin to attract financial prosperity into your life and opportunities into your life because of your stepping out in faith and because you're believing in yourself and because you're putting these things into place. So like because as far even with the corporate contract, corporate opportunities just by
Mhm.
being in this space.
I had a project before I got this contract that was actually for a big corporation. That there are a management company that manages buildings in San Francisco. Very very big, and they brought me on to come and do their video for them, and this will be a video that'll be shown to all their national conventions that they'll be going to.
Mm.
That my work will be out there being shown. So even that was really great. But I definitely, like, none of this would have been possible without following A, B, C, and D of what the class gave. And the class is, if you follow the stuff, it's super simple. Now it's a lot of work. Like, don't be fooled like it's like, oh, okay, she said go get an LLC and it's just bam easy.
Right.
Man, it's so much paperwork, it's so much red tape, it's so much logistics. So don't be fooled that it's easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy, but if you want it, it's available for you to go get it. And I've always been the type of person. I used to watch Making a Band, and
Mhm.
that used to be my jam. And I used to say to myself, if I was one of them artists and I had an open production room to go to anytime I want to, you wouldn't find me nowhere else. You wouldn't find me doing nothing else. I would be grinding my hardest to be able to go get that thing because it was right there. Well, I
Right.
use that same principle in this class, that here it is for me to go get.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go after it. And it wasn't like a fairy tale, because I already had my mentor that was already going forth doing it and
Mhm.
landing the contracts. So it wasn't like it was impossible to do, or anything like that. But it is really up to the people to put their hard work in to go get it,
That
and
is so true.
forget no, like hear no one time and just keep pushing past that no, because
That's so
they
true.
coming. Yeah, they
That's so
coming.
true. And then like even thinking about like what you were doing before with just private clients and then the value of this new client, like this is just one,
Mhm.
like this is just one
Yes.
client,
Mm.
like you see there's a difference in like the pay scale, the as
Yes.
far as the value. So like in considering that, like how do you feel about like, oh, if it was a private client, it would that amount have been much smaller, or is this like a
Mhm.
bigger opportunity, bigger client? Like how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's definitely bigger. So, like I say, I do video production, I do editing, videography, graphics, and things of that nature. And so, the scope of this contract has me doing the bulk of it being video editing.
Mhm.
And I had got a video editing job probably about 2 months ago, and this contract ends up being almost three times
See?
what that private one was. And that private one was good. I felt like
Yeah.
it was really
I like
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hardly have to do nothing. I just did
Yeah.
what I do, you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
And it's almost kind of like the same thing for this. The video is only less than 7 minutes,
That's what I'm
and all I
saying.
gotta do is
Yeah.
edit that. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's
easy.
big. That's
But
big.
they gonna pay me my money as soon
Yeah.
as I get done. So I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm already like they sent the video over to me already,
Uh-huh.
but they haven't given me the structure of what they want for it just yet.
Uh-huh.
So I'm about to start working on that mug. So when we do the wait, like the whole thing doesn't get done until like a month from now. They have to send it up
Yeah.
and get it approved and all that kind of stuff like that, and then they come back. So when they come back, I want to have that video already ready
Finished. Yeah.
and just put the voiceover with it. But the comparison for what that private one was to this was almost like three times, and it
Yeah.
seems way easier than what that
That's
other one
amazing.
was. The other one
Yeah.
was like the other one was pretty short too, but it's just way easier, it seems like. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so even with that, like even with like the translation services, right? This is the first time that you're gonna be
Right.
doing something like that. So guess what?
Hmm.
That's an additional service that you can offer
Hmm.
now to government
Yes.
agencies. So all you do is update your NAICS code to your
Hmm.
certification, and now you
Hmm.
provide that service. And
Nice.
that's a very lucrative field just to do
Nice.
translation services. So like
Nice.
you get there. I'm really
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
excited.
I'm hecka excited too. Like I say, and the fact, like it really, like to be honest with you, it really blows my mind they came to me.
Mhm.
Like I've been searching through RFPs, RFQs for a minute. I get these posts that come in to me through the bid things that I've signed up for, and they kind of seem impossible for me to get at. A lot of
Mhm.
them seem like they're out of town,
Mhm.
or just a ton of stuff. And if I'm telling the truth, if I'm being honest, I kind of felt a little tired from the ones that I had already turned in because they were so
Yeah.
much work to turn in,
You can be
and the
discouraged.
disappointment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
A
it
little
was feeling just a little bit
discouraged.
discouraged.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's crazy, like motivated that
Yeah.
these people not only came for me,
Yeah.
but I was able to give them a quote and they picked me.
Why I target women and
Hmm.
minorities, because I
Hmm.
want them to see that this is a real opportunity for you to not only quickly scale your business, but not have to chase customers because then they're going to start coming after you, but also
Right.
identify bigger paying clients that are already ready and waiting to do business with women and minority small business owners. So
Mhm.
say like there's someone who don't even know about this program, they don't even know that government contracts exist, which you probably didn't even know
I
um,
didn't.
before either. Like, what would you
Mhm.
say to them, to that business owner?
Yeah, I would definitely say that this is a class that you hands down want to take because it's like not trying to dumb it down or nothing, but it's like a mama taking a baby's hand and walking them through
Mhm.
how to make it happen. And then once you have the skills, it's really up to you to make it a goal. But if you tired of peddling like smaller companies, like I just finished doing a music video for nothing because the client was like mad cheap, like mad cheap. And then they're the ones that want tons of stuff to go with it, but you ain't paid no money for it.
Yeah.
So this I don't have to wrestle. All I gotta do is edit and
Yeah.
I get my money. And so
Yeah.
I recommend any woman that's out there, you have a ton of certifications now that come with this, that get you into the system, that get you in front of people, being, like you said, already in the system. My company, my NAICS codes already out in the different databases. That's what made the difference. So any woman that is looking to be like done with peddling with and you still will probably
Yeah. Do
this
that
still
still.
you still
Get
do
more.
these, yeah, yeah. But you don't have to. You don't. This don't have to be a main thing. If you get you one governmental contract, you could get like a $30,000 contract.
Yeah.
I mean, you've basically like got half of what you might have wanted for a year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely way different than playing. It's like playing in on a Pop Warner team versus in the NFL when it comes to that kind of clientele. So I definitely recommend any woman who's trying to boost their business. And what's crazy about it is so many different businesses that can be, contracts landed
Yeah.
through the government. They do everything.
Yeah.
They do everything. And so this is the class you want to take. This is what you want to do if you want to up your money. But now, like, if you like playing like for pennies, then this not what you want to do. This kind of work ain't what you want to do. But if you want to make that money, this is what you want to do.
Don't stop with just the
Gotcha.
one.
For
Don't,
sure.
yeah, don't sit back and just wait for the ones to come after you.
Right. No.
Definitely
Yeah,
stay
that's for sure.
active.
I'm super stoked to get back out there and start finding more RFPs now that I have that under my belt too.
Mhm.
Because now I can put that on stuff that I've worked with the California Department of Health. Yo, that's so super big.